Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Entertainment Podcast, your source for all things entertainment. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Jeffrey Gund on the line, and he's CEO and founder over at Infolist.com. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
So I love it. I love your story. I mean, Infolist been around a long time, but I want to just, for those that haven't heard of it yet, or maybe who aren't in the LA area, I want to give kind of a background on how Infolist got started. Let's start our story there.
Sure. Well, Infolist basically just started as me helping a few friends, would let them know, and I heard about jobs and opportunities, mostly entertainment industry related things, and we just started letting more and more people know about more and more things, and it kind of grew very quickly. So in a nutshell, Infolist, it's an entertainment platform where I post jobs and opportunities for filmmakers and writers, casting information for actors and models, as well as industry events, networking events, seminars, workshops, pretty much anything that helps anyone in the creative industries, whether it's film, television, video games, acting, even graphic design and creative arts and artists, things like that. So anyone who creates for a living, there's bound to be something for you on there. So
awesome.
That's been my way of kind of giving back, and having fun at the same time. But to go back to how it started. So initially it was literally, I had no intention of creating anything. It was literally just helping a few friends, would let them know when I heard about various jobs or opportunities because I know they were looking for work, and started letting more and more people know about more and more things. And then before I knew it, information would start coming to me, be like, hey, Jeff, you got me my job. I know you have a list of people we're hiring now, so why don't you let your group know about it? And then more people started asking me to send out stuff, and then people started asking me to promote their networking events and seminars, and it kept growing from there. And then it started actually taking so much of my time that it was actually getting in the way of earning a living as a composer, which is actually what I used to do. I used to write music for films, TV shows, video games, and things. And so someone had actually built a website for me with the idea that was supposed to automate the process and save me time. Big mistake, because it just made the whole thing blow up, and then it was taking 10 times as much time. Then I was getting, kind of more content and stuff that I really had time to post while still making a living as a composer. So it literally got to the point where I realized, all right, if I'm going to keep doing this, I got to start charging somebody something, because it's actually, now I'm not able to spend the time making money as a composer if I'm going to keep doing this. So, but I didn't want to charge like the struggling actors and creative people, because they're struggling already, many of them. And but then I was also at the same time, I realized, I am sending like tons of people to all these seminars and networking events and things where they're making a ton of money from my people. So maybe I should charge them. And at first I was actually kind of scared to start charging, thinking, if I start charging, I won't do it anymore. The whole thing will fall apart. A little bit of fear set in. But then I got lucky, and I realized the more I charged, the more they wanted to pay. Lucky me. Well, partially it's perceived value. If you give it away for free, that's kind of what they think it's worth. But I did provide actually, for whatever I was charging them, I knew they were actually coming out ahead on the deal. So I try and make all my business kind of win-win for everybody. So I made my prices however much I'm charging them. I know they're making more than that from all the people I send. I win because I get paid for what I used to do for free. And the people on my list win because I would also always require a discount for them. So it was kind of win-win for everybody, and that just made the whole thing spiral up even more. And, now it's become a full-time job, and every day I get to help somebody doing something to achieve their creative dream.
Man, I love it, and I've seen the site grow from afar. I mean, that's one of the first sites I seen when I moved to LA was Infolist. And just to be clear for everybody listening, because Jeff tells the story in a very humble manner. They've got over 60,000 members. They've sent over 100 million emails. founded in 2000. So this isn't like we just started this website now. I mean, the thing has been gone through iteration after iteration, and just to watch from afar as you built this thing, I'm like, man, this is awesome. Infolist just keeps growing. And what I noticed though is, or what I know I should say, is that if somebody's not, if the user base aren't getting value, you wouldn't still be growing. Like what you get, the advertisers wouldn't be there. All the things that you assume, I mean, it's just common sense. The advertisers wouldn't stick with you. People wouldn't be on the platform if they weren't getting jobs, or if they weren't getting bites on gigs. Then it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, like if someone does want to advertise with me, you know, and they start asking for what's the, you know, the open rate and the this and the that and all, like I say, I can give you all that stuff, but honestly, the best thing I can give you is if you just look at the site, you can see all my advertisers overwhelmingly are all repeat customers over years and years. They wouldn't do that if it didn't work, you know.
What do you think? So one thing that's different about your site that I've seen from others that have maybe attempted and just didn't last in the game, let's just say, what do you think is unique about the culture that you've managed to build with Infolist?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that initially made it, you know, stay on people's radar is that everything I sent out, you know, my main guideline is it has to be an opportunity for the receiver as opposed to a solicitation. So, so unfortunately, what I can't send out is things like, hey, I'm an actor you've never heard of, but please come see my showcase, or, you know, because I get thousands of requests like that a day, and
then you'd have a billion emails sent, and it would be then
a billion
spam.
emails sent in one day, and then no one would receive the second
exactly.
Day. So as much as I would love to be able to do stuff, and actually through the website, because we did relaunch the website last year. Actually, I did a Kickstarter, and because basically, long story short, so the first website was done for me for free, and it was, as you might expect, something that was done for free. Was pretty low tech. It was low tech at the time it was done, and you know, after a number of years, because now all my content comes from, you know, top TV shows, major commercials for like Google and Apple and Microsoft and Disney, all cast through me. So all my content comes from A-list things, but my the quality of my tech was actually pretty low. So I realized I need to make the quality of my tech kind of match the quality of my content. So I did a Kickstarter a couple of years ago, and that was actually very successful, and had a lot of great people participating in that. We were, you know, doing giveaways from Stanley Company and top writers and producers of blockbuster films and TV shows, and so that actually went really well. So I raised money, redid the website, and relaunched that just last year. And now I'm in the process. Actually, there's a bunch of new features I'm going to be rolling out as we move along too. And so I forget the point I was going to make, but something having to do with that.
and so I think that's actually a great transition. So let's get into 2020. I mean, to say what events do you have coming up or things is kind of an understatement because that's your business. But what are some of the top things you have going on?
So after making everyone else's, you know, I mentioned like networking events and seminars, after making all those successful for so long, I realized, well, maybe I should start doing some of my own because I have a group of really great people and it'd be good to get them together. And so we started doing things from like networking events. And actually, I started doing events. We produced like all the live shows for Jeff Goldblum, you know, the actor from Jurassic Park and The Fly and all these movies. He actually has an amazing jazz band, and started producing actually all his live music events around town. And that was kind of like a weekly thing when he wasn't away on a film somewhere. And those kind of blew up and became very popular. And Dennis Quaid also has a band, and we started doing producing his shows, and those are just really fun events because it was not only good networking but lots of fun. And then from there I started doing events, doing like one of my bigger events is a pre-Oscars soiree every year, so it's like the week before Oscars. I do an event and I will bring in like A-list writers, producers, directors, execs from, you know, Oscar-winning and top blockbuster films as special guests, and even TV show people come and influencers. Pretty much it's a red carpet event, and media's there and press, and what I like about the events is because I not only bring, you know, a number of top A-list people there. There's the majority of the crowd is like real working professionals in the industry, as well as up and comers and people just starting. So there's kind of something for everybody. So it's a good mix, and you get to meet all kinds of people And I hear success stories all the time. Oh my God, I met this person at the event, and now I'm making my film, and or I met this person, now they're cast in my thing, or
I love it. That's got to make you feel so good. It's amazing.
It does, and like I said, it's my way of giving back and having fun at the same time. So, because the events are a lot of fun, but they're incredible business too. I mean, I think the one thing I like about them is I think a lot of people think of networking as, here's my resume, let me throw it in your face, and what can you do for me?
Yeah.
But networking is really, it's about making real relationships and real friendships. And while like some of the panel events and stuff like that are really great, you get to learn from them. But sometimes it's not so easy to meet the speakers because there's like a line of people and you get to talk to them for 30 seconds, and then the next person, and then then they brush off to wherever they're going. But my events are kind of specifically designed where you actually get to hang out. You can chat for half an hour the whole time they're there, as long as you don't stalk them too much, But you can actually have a real conversation in a relaxed, fun atmosphere and make real friendships, not only with the big special guests, but all the working professionals who were there, and even some of the up-and-comers who are super talented and deserve to be the working professionals. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Jeff, if somebody wants more information or continue to follow, what's the best way for them to reach out?
They can go to the Infolist.com website, and it's free to register. So you can get all the emails every day with all, casting, jobs, and even if something is not specifically for you, you can always feel free to forward it because that's what it's all about. It's about paying it forward because the more you forward other information to other people, the more they're going to remember you when something comes up that you might be right for. So, but they can go to the Infolist.com website. We're also on Facebook. You just type in Infolist, or on Instagram, Twitter, kind of all those. And you can get some of the highlights on the social media, but best thing to do is to go to the Infolist.com website and register there and get the daily emails because a lot of the stuff is very time sensitive, so you don't want to wait. You want it to come right to your inbox.
Perfect. Well, hey, Jeff, awesome having you on the show today, and love to be part of documenting the Infolist story and the phenomenal company you've built around it and helping people paying it forward. So just a great story. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, but leave us a review on the Apple iTunes store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Entertainment, definitely leave us some comments in the comment section. Love to know your thoughts on Infolist, if you're using it, all those good things. Love to hear more success stories there. And Jeff, thanks again for coming on the show.
Sure. Is it too late to do one more shameless plug?
Oh, do it. I'm in.
Actually, because the pre-Oscars event we just had a little bit ago, that was a big success, like I mentioned. But we have events throughout the year. So if you want to be interested in coming to some of our events, check it out on the website. We have a pre-Cannes event coming up in a couple months. The biggest one of the year is probably the pre-Comic-Con Bash, which is a week before Comic-Con. It's here in Los Angeles. Stan Lee's company has been part of it every year. The writers and producers of X-Men, Iron Man, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, like a ton of people come. Cosplayers come even, tons of animation people, anime
that
people,
sounds all kinds of fun. I have to come. That sounds good.
It's it's a truly amazing event. I still amaze myself every day that I get so many amazing people all under one roof in one night. But highly recommend that one. But all our events are good because we always have A-list kind of special guests and a good mix of people. So.
Man, love it. Well, hey, I'm glad you got that last one in so the audience knows also know what's coming up. So thanks again for coming on the show, Jeff. It's been awesome.